Hey, I'm Sam Peterson, author of 2 books, Trunky, Transgender Junkie, and Sugar, a Memoir of Craving. I'm an old gay trans man with bad teeth, and I love knives. I do. I'm not here to rate them or tell you about the newest, the fastest, the bestest, the bowest. I'm here to queerly share my queer love of knives with you. Like and subscribe. The minute I held this knife, I knew I had to have one. And however generous a certain crab is, he wasn't going to let go of any of his collection. Well, fair enough, I suppose. People just not giving me knives. What a cruel world. So when this popped up on the secondary market, I was ecstatic. I just spit at you. I was ecstatic. I just couldn't believe it. It was even under $200. And that is the titanium and copper carbon fiber version 1 of the DIVO Stout in 20 CV. Look at this handsome guy here. Yes, he's a guy. How do I know? Because it fucking told me. How else would I know, dummy? Look, I know I just talked about a DIVO, but I can't help the way things get dropped in my lap, which is what he said. So you get what you get. Anyway, when it first arrived, I thought it looked a little dull, which surprised me because copper fiber is so bright generally, but over a short time and with some interaction, it brightened up. I seriously think that this knife is happy to be here. It definitely has regained or acquired the sparkle that should come from copper-laced carbon fiber. It just wanted some love. Version 1 of the Stout is somewhat different than its new iteration. It has no jimping, for starters, and I miss this. This knife is too smooth, so I appreciate that in the next round, Kevin and Colin jimped it up. I see that the second version has 2 points of contact with its innards, whereas the V1 here only has 2 screws on its gorgeous handle. Comparing the write-ups for both knives, I see that the earlier version is heavier by nearly ½ an ounce. You know, with that in mind, this is kind of a heavy knife. I don't mind that at all. It's somehow reassuring. I like my knives like I like my men. Heavy, sharp, and with a sheep spoon. It's a teeny bit larger, too, than the version 2, if I'm to rely on what Blade HQ and DIVO Knives say on their websites. This knife is a beast. It is a handsome hulk. It is the handsomest hulk I've ever held in my hand. If you like a meaty handful, and who doesn't, well then here you go. I can't wait to have the version 2. If the knife gods will it. By the way, if there are knife gods, can one of them be Wolverine and the other Storm? Because those two are legit the hottest. You can tell the limits of my comic book library. I read a lot of X-Men. I read a lot of Dark Horse comics when I was younger. Stuff like that. So not so much superheroes, unless Love and Rockets and Tank Girl are superheroes. And Tank Girl should count, I feel. Also, I love this knife. I love it. At first I was like, I don't know. I really love My Little Pony Stout so much. Love. It was the Little Pony Stout in my Carta and 14C28N that first caught my attention and made me fall deeply in love with the DIVO brand. This knife is so solid, so well built without being fussy about it. You know how Riots feel kind of fussy? Not bad or anything. I mean, they're Riots, for God's sakes. But they almost have a pretentiousness about them, whereas the Stout is a very unpretentious knife, even in its copper-threaded carbon fiber. There, I got it right. Very accessible, very chill, grounded kind of a blade. I really dig it. I may have jimping carved into it here by way of knife. We'll see. I kind of don't want to touch this because it's the original. Deep thoughts. Let me know how you land on the side of jimp, no jimp. Well, this is a little bit of ad lib, let's say. I had a little bit for you that I was going to talk about my feelings about some Spyderco stuff, but it's a little contentious. It was a little political, so I decided that maybe I'll release that video at another date. Don't really want to stir everybody up and have people coming for me because I recognize that I'm kind of an unusual demographic. You know, I'm very specific and not for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I got this knife secondhand, secondary market. And it's a Kizer original in titanium and I'm guessing PVD or something, coating, PLC, TLC. Remember them? Creep? Yeah, because he doesn't know what I do. This thing is, it's an okay knife. It's good. I mean, I'm glad I got it, I guess. I got it pretty cheap. And it is rather beat up, you know. Sometimes people don't advertise quite as thoughtfully as they might. The fella suggested that it had some scratches, and that's cool. But it's scratched. Like, it's scratched. So I'm going to have to send it off to get some loving from Way of Knife. But let's talk about this knife. It's, you know, it's the Kizer original. It's very, very standard knife. Like, if you looked up knife in the dictionary, you would see a picture like this. Very generic, but very comfortable and a very good knife. It feels correct in the paw. You know, it could even be a little bit bigger. I think this is the XL, actually. So it is actually mildly bigger than the Kizer original. The original. This is the second tier original. And it's good. It's all right. I like it. It's, would I buy this new? No, I would not. It's not that great. In fact, I might buy it actually with micarta, because with the titanium, there's something just funny about it. It's a little heavy. It's just a little off for me. And I can't put my finger on it, and I don't want to because I will cut myself. Anyway, that's enough out of me. If you want to hear my contentious views on Spyderco, let me know. But otherwise, I don't want to put people off. I got enough problems, you know what I'm saying? I love you so much, and I wish you all the happiness and joy life can bring. See you later. Alrighty.